Coming off one of the most successful years any professional team has ever had in only their first year together, every pro team in the world is looking to knock Houston Heat off their pedestal. But that's a tough proposition, given the depth of their talent, the strength of their leadership, and Heat's drive to stay at the top. Bad news for the rest of the league is that their roster is exactly the same for 2013. The three Russian killers, Sergei Solnitskov, Mishka, and Konstantin Fedorov, all had an amazingly productive 2012. Also, the clutch ability of Sam Monville, who won Heat their first event in Phoenix last year, the best snake player 2012 Chad George, and the best coach in paintball Jason Trojan make Heat difficult to defeat under any circumstance. Even though most of the top teams have made power moves to strengthen their rosters, Houston Heat is still the team to beat in 2013. In their fourth professional season, the Midwest boys from Omaha are just starting to find their form. They went 3-1 at the 2012 World Cup and barely missed the cut. Anyone who watched them play last year knows that Vicious is looking better than they ever have. Their main snake attackers, Phil Kank, Ryan Bortle, and Shane Colby, are all capable of blowing open points. The back line is equally as talented. Parker Rosenthal played some clutch ball last season, and Chris Hooker is one of the best off-the-break shooters in the game. And Matt Sossman stood out from the crowd in his rookie year. Vicious can beat any team in the league. The question is, can they string enough wins together to get to Sunday on a consistent basis? We will find out in 2013.
Welcome back here to the 2013 PSP Chicago Open. We are about to watch the Pro Champions League semifinal matchups between Houston Heat and Omaha Vicious. And then next up after this game, San Diego Dynasty taking on Impact. The winners will advance to the final, which will be the last game of the day, right around 5 o'clock Central Time. So Houston Heat has played phenomenal to get to this point, and Konstantin Fedorov really stepping up and just playing masterful on the snake side of the field. He actually had 17 confirmed kills in 1 point, which is pretty outstanding. And Houston Heat had lost 2 of their really good, I mean, everyone on Heat's good, but you know, they had a lot of work being done by Chad George, and then Ronnie Dizon had really stepped up for them and started to fulfill his potential. But they are both out with foot injuries, so Konstantin Fedorov has been playing outstanding. And the snake on the flip side, Omaha Vicious, wow, their core is playing amazing. The rookies are playing great. Todd Martinez doing a great job of coaching the team. And now he's playing another dominant coach, Jason Trojan, too. So here we go.
Looks like we got 5 alive on both sides. Chris, no eliminations yet.
No, looking good and getting this snake right here. Oh, but getting clipped diving in, unfortunately, right here. That's Brian Bortle.
And Vicious losing their snake corner, so they're down 2 snakes wide open. Look for Konstantin Fedorov to come flying down the snake here shortly.
Yeah, but Vicious making moves on the Dorito side. Have a player in Dorito 2 over there, and now making moves on that side. And then Trevor Reeser still on the snake alive for them. So 3 players alive for Vicious, 5 for Heat, 4 for Heat. No, actually, Heat's got 3 players left alive too, so.
Yeah, but on this side of the field and everywhere else, everybody is taking a walk. 1 player left alive, lone survivor. Here comes Konstantin Fedorov, gonna take out the last player, Chris Hooker, taking the walk. Zach Sherman actually did make it to the 50 Dorito out there, Matty, but he got clipped out from across the field, I think, by Konstantin Fedorov as well.
Well, actually, yeah, I looked over and I saw that both of these teams are wearing red jerseys, so when you look up on your scoreboard, whatever team's name, that's the side of the field that they're gonna be on. So the score is now 1-0 in favor of Houston Heat, and Konstantin Fedorov got himself 2 kills in that point, and so did Sergei Solnitskov. So Vicious gonna have to pick it up a little bit here.
Down 1 point, it's all right.
Yeah, it's just tough. You don't want to get a bad start against Houston Heat, because if they start running those points up, man, it gets a little scary. There's Konstantin Fedorov, 13th overall in the world, and he is just having an outstanding tournament. But when you have a guy like Konstantin Fedorov on your team at any given tournament, man, he could just be the best guy there. He's one of the best players in the entire world. So getting a little glimpse in the pits for Omaha Vicious. And we're going to be right back after a few words from our sponsors.
A&S Gear rocks the largest inventory of any paintball retailer. From our massive selection of guns, to our endless supply of goggles, paint, loaders, tanks, and apparel. with your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options. You get the products you need sooner. Shop now at ansgear.com.
Welcome back here to this matchup here, Professional Champions League semifinal between Houston Heat and Omaha Vicious. Omaha Vicious getting a lot of good performances from pretty much everyone on their squad. You know, their core members, Bortle, Sherman, Matt Sossman. They've had a lot of good runs in some games, putting a lot of kills up on the board. And the rookies, Keith DeVitt and Luis Munoz, have also been doing a good job for them too. It looks like Munoz out on the field for this point.
And on your screen right there, that is Omaha Vicious coming out of the box. 5 strong, see if they can get this point back. Losing far side of the field, though. You see one of their players walking off right now. Unfortunately, that's Zach Sherman getting shot on the break.
And here comes Konstantin Fedorov flying in down to the snake. Let's see if he's alive. He's alive. So as you said, now Vicious has lost another player. It looks like Brian Bortles walking off the field. So Vicious is down 2 players, but Houston Heat loses a player as well. Looks like Mishka and Konstantin Fedorov get hit at the same time, so they're both walking off. It looks like they have a 3-on-3, Chris.
Yeah, man, it's good back and forth paintball here in this game. Zach Sherman, Brian Bortle taking a walk for Omaha Vicious, and Mishka and Konstantin Fedorov taking a walk for Houston Heat.
I think right now, I think Vicious might have a little bit better position to say that Sergei Slichnikov gets hit. So,
and that just leaves John Woodley and Sam Monville out there, Steve. It looks like Vicious has Colby Sossman and Munoz still alive. Colby in the snake, Munoz backing him up. Only player on the snake side, or on the drill side for Vicious, is Sossman, big gun for him. And then here comes Munoz making his way towards the center. Let's see if Vicious can capitalize on this one body advantage that they have here to tie this game up against Houston Heat.
Good heads-up paintball by Munoz. Getting up in the mix, you know, recognizing you can fill the hole in the middle of the field. Now they gotta break the cross. And what we mean by breaking the cross is you see Sam Monville on your screen right there. Well, John Woodley is on the opposite side of the field, the top left-hand side of your screen. They're crossed up, protecting each other from coming down the field. Now coming through this side of the field, it's gonna be a little more difficult than you think.
Yes.
There's a lot of open space right there.
Yeah, a lot of open space, and like you said, they're crossed up and just holding the fort as long as they can. Maybe pick off one of these guys, and they pick off the right guy on the right side of the field, they can come flying down. So
well, let's see if Sam Monville can, you know, we haven't really seen too many guys be able to battle back from this back corner bunker on the snake side of the field, because there's those center bunkers, man, past the 50-yard line, or right at the 50-yard line, are just so effective. I mean, that center, the thing's a fortress up there in the center 50, which is why I think a lot of teams have chosen to risk the move up the center.
And now, as you say that, Shane Colby moves up again. Now he's making life difficult for the Houston Heat player in the back corner there, which is John Woodley. So,
you know, but also, you know, we got to pay attention to Sam Monville. Sam Monville will run down the field.
And here he goes, right here.
So Monville tries to make that offensive move from the backfield and ends up taking out Colby, but Munoz able there to take him out. So it's 1-on-2 right now. John Woodley, last player left alive. Let's see if Munoz and Sossman can close it out. Munoz is going to cut the gap and come and run down the last player. So good job by the rookie, Luis Munoz. And so here comes Vicious.
He was reaching for a flag because I think John Woodley's like, hey, am I in or am I out? And he actually was going to try and get back in the bunker, and the ref would reach out to pull his pistola out. And by pistola, I mean the red flag of death.
Yeah.
But actually right there pulling it out, Matt Sossman doing a good job on the drill side, very patient
Matt
paintball.
Sossman is a very composed paintball player, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And Matt Sossman and Luis Munoz combined for 4 kills between the two of them, 2 each. And that's good to see. Matt Sossman actually came onto the team last year, and many thought he should have been in the running for Rookie of the Year. So we had, you know, we have to tip his hat to, or tip our hats to Matt Sossman and the standout play he had in 2012, and now doing a really good job here to help his team tie it up. The score is now 1-1 with 15:33, and we're going to check in on the sidelines with Lauren Kelly.
I am in the heat pit with Nick Sloviak. We are only 15.5 minutes in. It's tied 1-1. You guys are undefeated. 4-0. First time you've been in the semifinals this season. What is different this time around that has gotten you to this point?
Winning consistently.
Good one.
That's pretty much it. We know what it takes to get here, and everyone's just playing a really smart game and doing well. So as long as we continue to stay focused and keep our composure here, we should have no problem putting this one away and going on to the finals.
What did you guys focus on since MAO that helped?
I mean, just going over the basics, you know, and just staying together as a unit more instead of wandering off. Communication's been a big thing for us, and we're still kind of struggling with it a little bit. But I mean, we know what we have to do. I think we took some things for granted, especially in Dallas, and then we had France and then MAO. So just get those chinks out of the armor and work on winning.
All right, we'll see if they can win. 15.5 minutes. It's tied. Here we go.
This game brought to you by Pro Edge Paintball. They carry a full line of speedball and tactical paintball guns and gear, a large in-store selection, and if you shop online and are in Texas, receive your order in 1 to 2 business days. They also have free shipping with orders over $100. Visit proedgepaintball.com to shop online and see why Pro Edge is the largest store in Houston. So here we go on the breakout. Houston Heat, 5 bodies alive, trying to get Konstantin Fedorov in the snake, and it looks like Brian Bortle gets shot off the break by Konstantin Fedorov. So 4 bodies alive for Vicious.
Having a rough go at it right now. Brian Bortle getting shot in the break every point. There's only been 2, but unfortunately.
For the first 2.
Yeah, for the first 3 points, he's been taking an early walk. And it's on your screen, Konstantin Fedorov doing what he does best, getting in the snake and doing quick work of it. On their heels, though, Trevor Reeser and Brian Bortle going down, so it's a 3-on-4 right now in favor of Houston Heat. Scores tied at 1 apiece.
Fedorov in good position in the snake. He's the only player in there for either team, and he's real good at taking ground. So once he realizes that there's nobody in front of him, I mean, he has to worry about those drop-in crossfield shots, though, from Matt Sossman and that stand-up can. And now there he goes. See, he's going to air bunker.
Oh, wow.
So
Konstantin Fedorov is bunkering the air, and he's looking over at his coaches on the sidelines. I think he got a little confused, but again, we talked about this. You got to stay in the game, and you got to pay attention as best you can to what's going on in front of you.
Yeah, it looks like Munoz walks off, so no one at all on this snake side of the field. For vicious move being made down the Dorito side, and a major penalty, it looks like, on Moscow. I'm sorry, on Houston Heat.
That's going to be on John Woodley. And now putting Houston Heat and Sergei Shlishnikov on a very, it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one. So Matt Sossman against Sergei Solnaiskov right now and locked into this one-on-one battle. And you got to, with the way the bunkers are laid out right now and these guys in the positions that they're in, it's going to be hard for Sergei over here on the snake side. He's a really tall guy.
And if I were Sergei, I would just eat that clock up and kill that penalty on that major, Chris.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. And he doesn't have to do anything, you know, because it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation here in about another minute and a half.
Exactly. So Sossman's going to have to try to speed this one-on-one up, or it will become a 2-on-1 with John Woodley coming out of that box in 1 minute and 16 seconds.
But with that said, you know, if we get a good shot on the box, he can, you know, keep it on a one-on-one. I mean, it's not going to be that hard to do.
Exactly. If he at least puts himself in a position where when he does come out, if he gets that elimination, then he continues that one-on-one potentially.
So tense moments here. It's all tied up. Very close match. This point is also super close. 12 minutes and 52 seconds to go here.
And he actually looks like he lost him for a second.
Okay, so now... Oh, and Sergei drops the shot in on Sossman, so he doesn't even need to wait for Woodley to come out of the box. 39 seconds left on that penalty. Nice job by Sergei Solnaiskov to step up.
Wow, what a shot. He just looks right into that one. I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest with you. I mean, he could have stayed at the Dorito too, and he could have just sat there and waited for John Woodley to come out of the box, blow him to pieces, and then worry about Sergei after that.
And it's like you said, he looked a little lost out there.
Yeah, so you're looking at those two guys just locked into that one-on-one battle, Sergei and Matt Sossman. And Matt Sossman dropping the ball, getting shot out. He was trying to put himself in a better position to get a shot on that penalty box. Wasn't able to do it, so now Vicious is going to go down one, score 2-1. We'll be right back after this. Go ahead to paintballaccess.com and check out all the statistics from these professional players here. 6 different metrics of greatness, of paintball greatness being cataloged out here to get the overall player ranking. Very similar to the quarterback ranking in football. So here we go on the breakout, still 4 bodies for Houston Heat. 33 seconds remaining in Woodley's penalty.
Wow, and so Konstantin Fedorov just got eliminated in the snake corner. That is a big elimination for Vicious. Taking him out, and as I say that, Vicious takes off down the snake. With Nick Slowiak backing up on the snake corner where Fedorov was just playing. So it looks like Vicious has got 2 players on the snake side.
10 seconds less than this penalty. Making moves on the top side of your screen is Houston Heat. Getting down the Dorito side, making room for John Woodley, who's coming out of the box right now. And
so
out.
So 3-1 will be the score. Houston Heat making quick work of Omaha Vicious right there. And you got to keep it close, man. If you're Vicious, they've got to put another point on the board and not let Houston Heat start to get in that zone that they were in for the first 2 days in the prelims.
Yeah, and they kind of got a mental mistake on Houston Heat that game. They were checking John Woodley in the box, for hits and stuff before the point started, but failed to pay attention to the clock. And I think that the guy going to the Dorito side, which might have been Sergey, might have got a late start on that penalty. But I mean, they got to keep their head in the game. But obviously they're doing something right, so I really can't really say too much. They're playing really good paintball right now. Fedorov having a rough time over here, though.
Yeah, a little bit, and but it's tough, man. You can't play at a 10 every single game, and that's why you need other guys on the team to step up. Obviously Sergey had stepped up and won that one-on-one to put to steal the momentum away from Vicious, which we could really just see kind of the wind coming out of their sails in that last one. Let's check out the replay off the breakout there.
And he's getting in his bunker. I just think he might have got clipped, and once he got in there.
Yeah, so we're gonna Heat right there.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately where he took the walk. It looked like he got clipped going out there, but
it's tough to get out on these sides sometimes, and we've really been seeing a lot more guys dying in that, I wouldn't say the center, but trying to get out to those stand-ups, because that's that first lane that you have to get out through.
Yeah, and those lanes, I was out there looking at the field, those lanes are huge. So, athleticism is going to be a key factor as we progress into the end of this tournament, and who's in shape. On your screen right there, Houston Heat.
So here we go on the breakout. Both teams at full strength again. And Jacob Edwards getting a spin for Houston Heat as he came over from Tampa Bay Damage before this event. It's the only roster move they've made in a full year and a half. And now it looks like Munoz getting shot out early for Vicious. And here they come. Brian Bortle and Shane Colby, unfortunately for Vicious, only players left alive. So Houston Heat really starting to find those off the break shots. And Fedorov all the way completely on to Vicious's side of the field and able to get that shot in on the last player left alive, Shane Colby. And it looks like there's a penalty, minor penalty will be assessed on Houston Heat towards the end of that point. And no one, until that second right there, no one had been eliminated for Houston Heat as Jacob Edwards, Konstantin Fedorov, Mishka Kiesnev, and Sam Monville and Chad Boucher. And Fedorov gets himself a 3-pack there, so that's why you just get him his reps, man. He may get shot out off the break in one game, and then or 1 point, and then the very next point he'll run out there and shoot 3 guys. So awesome work by Konstantin Fedorov. And it looks like Slowiak has 26 kills in 22 points We haven't seen Sloviak get too many spins yet in this game, but when he does, he's really making it happen. And Konstantin Fedorov, 38 kills and 39 points. So we're going to be right back after this. So we are right back here into the action. Omaha Vicious taking on Houston Heat. And the dreaded three-point spread has made its appearance as the score is 4-1. So Vicious, they got to get it up right here. And Chad Boucher, they have an opportunity because Chad Boucher is going to start in the box. So with that minor penalty.
I think that minor penalty was for overshooting after the fact. I think he put a couple balls on the last player on Omaha Vicious, unfortunately. And just a couple key notes right here. Konstantin Fedorov has 1 4-pack and 5 3-packs this game. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's impressive, man.
This event.
Well, Fedorov has 38 kills and 39 points. It's pretty awesome. And, you know, he's just been having a great tournament, you know, but it's Konstantin Fedorov. He's one of the best players in the world. We expect that out of him.
Yeah, we do. And, you know, he is living up to his name. But like you said, just keep giving those guys spins because sooner or later he's going to have a 4-pack or a 3-pack. And that's just the way things go.
So Munoz had walked off early. He's struggling a little bit here midway through this game. Colby Reeser and Sherman still left alive on the field for Vicious. Looking at 3 Heat players, Fedorov, Mikhail Kiesnev, and Sergey Nyskov.
And here comes
Does he make it out? Does he get that corner?
He did.
Oh, he gets eliminated diving in, so he almost made it in.
You know, Chad Boucher making his way out to that corner, getting eliminated back to a 3-on-2 right now. Shane Colby, Trevor Reeser, and Zach Sherman doing work for Omaha Vicious. Need this point, though. It's 4-1 right now in favor of Houston Heat.
Yeah, big point for Vicious, and let's see if Reeser, Colby, and Sherman can get it done. Reeser over here on the snake side of the field, backing up Shane Colby, who's on your screen right now. Locked into a gunfight, trying to get that shot cross field on Dorito 1. And then you can see the player right behind, or right in front of Sergey Nyskov, and he has Shane Colby in front of him there, and Shane is in that snake, which is the bunker structure right there on your screen. Shane Colby, one of the best players on Omaha Vicious. 3 confirmed kills for him in this match.
You know, doing work. I actually like seeing Shane Colby out here in the snake side. He's been playing this side pretty well through most of the tournament, knows a lot of the shots, and isn't afraid to run down the field. You know, but time winding down here, 9 minutes. Doesn't look like, you know, Omaha Vicious is too quick or eager to get down the field right now, even though they're down 3 points. But there still is a lot of time left in this game.
Yeah, 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in regulation. And Houston Heat, the 2 players left alive, all they're trying to do is just suck as much time off that clock as possible. Just crossing it up right now. And Mishka is in that little Dorito over there, Dorito 1, but not a very big bunker to fight out of.
You know, but looking from up here, Steve, you really can't see much of him, and he's not a small dude either. He's staying nice and tight, you know, just surviving and letting his time grind down.
He brought his shovel out and dug a hole over there, because you're right, you can't even see him from up here. We could barely see him.
And here comes the pain down the middle of the field. Check this out, top side of your screen. Making the run.
Trevor Reeser making that move. No, I'm sorry, that was Zach Sherman, who's had a big tournament for Omaha Vicious, making his move, taking out Mishka. Oh, but now it comes down to a one-on-one as Sergey dips that shot in on Trevor Reeser. So Reeser dropping the ball for Omaha Vicious. Let's see if Sergey can win his second one-on-one, or is it gonna be Shane Colby stepping up for Vicious to make this a 2-point match? Huge point right here. Oh, and Shane Colby, I think, dropped the shot in on him, and he did. Shane Colby having a huge one-on-one victory here to pull his team within 2.
I'm kind of surprised
that
Sergey came
left.
out of that corner.
It's 4-1. You don't have to go. He's got to come and get you.
Yeah, and come, he would come. You know, getting a shot on him, you know, mental mistake right there. Maybe, I mean, but we're not out there. I like his, you know.
Well, I'm going to say it is a mistake because when you're up 4-1 and you're in a, well, yeah, you're right. I can see where you're going with that, Chris, because it's a one-on-one. And if he saw an opening where maybe he had put in Colby and had a chance to get across that Dorito, that's the only way that he's going to be able to get out and actually get a couple more bunkers to work with. Because, you know, if you're stuck in that back corner bunker, don't have a lot of options from there. So I could see why he made that move, or he could have just stayed in there and tried to suck as much time off as possible and then trade out with Colby when he came to get him. Probably would have been the best case for him, and except for just, you know, dropping a shot in that actual gunfight. So Shane Colby and Konstantin Fedorov up on your screen, 2 key players, the snake players for these 2 teams. And Konstantin Fedorov much better on the statistics. But Shane Colby's really starting to look strong here in this event, as Vicious hadn't had the event. The first 2 tournaments were, well, the second one was good for them because they did win the Challengers division and made their way up in order to, you know, try to prove themselves against the best the top 10 teams in the world. But the first event was terrible for them.
Yeah, very, you know, unfortunate. And, you know, we looking at the jerseys for Omaha Vicious. You know, we, as Infamous, used to have our Black Sundays jersey, and we used to, you know, save that just for Sundays, and we had to earn it. And if you look at their jerseys, they're wearing their red jerseys for Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, those guys are going to go places, man. I think Todd is really taking that program, which is already a good program anyway.
Yeah, win or lose for Vicious. They need to keep their heads high because that team has a great future in front of them. And in fact, let's check in with Lauren Kelly with one of the members from Vicious.
Hey guys, I'm down here in the Vicious pit with Parker Rosenthal. That was a major point for you guys to get. There was a one-on-one there. Now that you've played 6 points, what is he doing that you need to defend against?
Right now we're having a couple paint issues, bouncing people and stuff. We're really trying to get those bounces taken care of, use more brittle paint, but it's right now just play our game, slow them down a little bit, work them out of their spots, and that's basically all we got right now.
All right, we'll see if Vicious can slow Heat down. It's 4-2, Heat is up. We'll see if they can get this point.
So while we're in that interview, awesome move by Luis Munoz up in that center, able to get a shot on John Woodley. But unfortunately for Munoz, 2 other players for him, Brian Bortle and Sauceman, and now Keith DeVitt. Only 1 player left alive, and it's Shane Colby. But in that chaos, he lost some bodies too, so Sam Monville, last player left alive. We're into another one-on-one.
Unbelievable. And you know, what a great move, though. I mean, Omaha Vicious lost 1 in the break for leaving early. Then secondly, Brian Bortle having a rough day at it, man, getting shot again on the break. But now it's down to a one-on-one again by some good, crisp moves by everybody pretty much. Now Sam Monville against Shane Colby. Actually, I think.
Yeah, so Shane Colby here, locked into a one-on-one, and again, Monville stuck in that same bunker that Sergey was stuck in.
Yeah, and Colby, at least he's moving towards the flag. I'm sure he's going to try to grab this flag here shortly and keep creeping towards Sam. Because Sam's in a position, it's 4-2, 6 minutes left. He will be patient and stay there. Colby's going to have to work to get this guy.
Yeah, Colby there has a lot of bunkers to work with. That was definitely a good tactical move to get in there in the center. He goes right past the flag, though. Got to grab that flag. I mean, if you're right by it, you might as well grab it. And he completely abandons the flag, and now he's going to try to just get in there and get a shot on Monville, and I think he did. But did Monville trade out with them?
I think so.
Oh, so Monville does what he needs to do and trades out with Shane Colby, but kind of rode the razor's edge there as he came out and again turning around and yelling at his sideline coach over here. So Houston Heat, Omaha Vicious, 2 points separate these teams. 5 minutes and 31 seconds to play, and we'll be right back after this.
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball?
Россия — это страна с очень сложными погодными условиями.
Not only is the Spire smaller and lighter than the competitors,
the Spire is designed to take the toughest abuse that paintball puts out and keep feeding no matter how bad your paint or weather gets.
With a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well.
Not only is it easier to take apart, but more importantly, it's easier to put back together. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
Welcome back here I'm Matty Marshall alongside Steve Rabikoff and Chris Lasoya, and we're watching a close matchup here. Houston Heat taking on Omaha Vicious. Don't go anywhere after this. The next professional Champions League semifinal matchup between San Diego Dynasty and Edmonton Impact. And those are two teams I always love to see play each other because I think they match up well. Both those teams can play aggressive, and both those teams have revamped their lineups. And Dynasty's so successful this year. What a great story, winning 2 events in a row, and Ryan Greenspan a big reason for that. He's been the People's Choice MVP for 2 tournaments in a row, but also they got guys like Oliver Lang stepping up. Oliver Lang's having a great event playing over here on the Snake side of the field, and Rusty Glaze, you know, I actually saw Rusty, the Dynasty's playing at they're staying at the same hotel that we're staying at, and they had a real long meeting, in a conference room, like the webcast up there doing all their homework and their booklets, and they're really doing all the behind-the-scenes work that they need to prevail out here. And let's check in real quick on the sidelines with Lauren Kelly. She has one of the Houston Heat players.
Hey guys, down here in the Heat pit with Chad Boucher. You guys are up 2 points, 4-2 against Vicious right now. What play, what strategy are you going in with?
We need to keep still pushing and play our game. We can't let them dictate the. We got to just pretty much can't let them dictate the outcome of the game right now and stay alive and just keep rolling our guns.
Okay, we'll see if they can control the tempo to keep the lead. Back to you.
So Munoz getting shot, trying to get to the Snake. He's having a hard go at it today here, and it looks like a minor penalty, major penalty on Brian Bortle, and that's probably going to do it here.
He threw that with anger.
He did throw that with anger.
I think he almost pulled out his arm out of his shoulder socket.
And that's very unfortunate, but look at Chris Hooker going to work on the far side of the field, taking out John Woodley, but still, it's a 2-on-1. He's going to actually take the walk here, unfortunately. And Brian Bortle, man, just not coming into his own this tournament. And I said before, having a rough go at it, very unfortunate, getting a major penalty. And so close, man, 4-2. That's gonna really hurt this Omaha Vicious team right now.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because Vicious, if you're a Vicious fan out there, because they played it so well to get here, and we're really confident heading into this game because the core of the team was playing well. The rookies were stepping up, but we haven't seen anything out of Keith DeVitt or Munoz here, except that Munoz did have one little flash there, running up in the center and doing what he needed to do to take out John Woodley a point ago. But they weren't able to prevail because it came down to 1-on-1. Now we're faced with the situation, with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left to play. Brian Bortles got that major penalty, still 1 minute and 31 seconds on that major penalty, and now they're down 3.
And coming into this game, Bortles been so consistent for them, and I haven't seen any penalties from him, very little, and he's having a rough time of it. And
inopportune moment to get a penalty when you're trying to mount a comeback.
Well, so hey, let's kill this guy, put a lot of guns on him, and that's what they're doing. So
I just think he's probably just frustrated right now at the end of the day, and he hasn't getting shot in the break almost every point practically, unfortunately. He's just having one of those days, and I think we've all had those days. And just unfortunately right now, he's just probably going to get a little frustrated. But hopefully they'll be able to bring it back. Omaha Vicious playing pretty well here in this game against Houston Heat.
Well, they preserve, not only did they play well enough to preserve their spot in the Champions Division with the other 9 best teams to be one of the 10 best teams in the world, but they're playing against Houston Heat. They were the 2012 PSP World Champs, won 3 events last year. So, they're getting beat up a little bit here, but still, they need to remain confident for the remaining 2 events of the season. Let's check in with Todd Martinez, the coach of Vicious, on the sidelines.
I'm here with Coach Todd Martinez in the Vicious pit. Todd, what are you guys struggling with right now?
We bounce the guy going out to the Doritos side every game.
All right, so they're still having troubles with bounces. Here we go. See if they can take it.
Yeah, so you can see a very frustrated Todd Martinez there as, trying to get shots over on guys on the Dorito side, but as it's getting more humid out here, that's just one of those things that you have to deal with when you're playing in Chicago in the summer, is the humidity, but though it hasn't been as bad as years past. And look at this, Fedorov getting taken out, so even though they only had 4 bodies alive, good field position for Shane Colby as he's the only player on the Snake side, backed up by Trevor Reeser, but that's the only 2 players left alive for them. And here, John Woodley starting to do work up in that center.
I think that might actually be Ryan Smith.
Yeah, Ryan Smith actually doing work up in the center, and he's right by the flag, so he's going to grab it. Now Houston Heat 1 point away from taking down Omaha Vicious and advancing to the finals.
Yeah, John Woodley was up in the middle, crossed over to the Dorito side, got taken out. Ryan Smith picking up the slack and jumping in his spot. Good pickup though, because Shane Colby didn't know that actually that Ryan Smith had got back in that center and was kind of playing a little too comfortable, and just he clipped him out.
Got a
So
little
good,
sloppy.
yeah, good play by Ryan Smith, hanging the flag, taking it to a 6-2 lead now for Houston Heat. Looking kind of bleak right now for Omaha Vicious.
Yeah, not looking like they have much of a chance here, because they're going to have to try to score 4 points in 3 minutes and 48 seconds. But do not go anywhere. Next game coming at you next is going to be San Diego Dynasty versus Edmonton Impact, the second semifinal matchup here in the Champions Division, and we're going to be right back after this.
Oh yeah, golf. Night night. Oh yeah, golf. Oh yeah. Night night. Or
Welcome back. This could be the last point if Omaha Vicious doesn't get it together here. And Houston Heat able to get into the snake off the break, Sam Monville. And the referee in there checking out Luis Munoz. So it looks like he's clean, rolling his gun towards the Dorito side of the field. Moves are being made on that side by Houston Heat and up in the center. Here comes Ryan Smith again, and he is going to get up now, and there's no one on the Dorito side for Omaha Vicious. It's just Shane Colby and Munoz left alive.
It's not looking so good.
Yeah, Munoz 3 confirmed kills, and Shane Colby getting 7. But you know who's having a good game right now is John Woodley for Houston Heat. 9 confirmed kills for him, and San Monville's picking it up too. He has 7.
John's having if you're gonna have a game, this is the game they have to get to the final match. So it looks like Houston Heat will be moving on to the next round, and they'll be waiting for the winner of Edmonton Impact and San Diego Dynasty, Matt.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this game, man, because, Dynasties, they won 2 events so far, and Edmonton Impact, they keep getting in these spots where they have a chance to move to the finals and getting beat in those games. So they don't want to have a repeat of performance of the last tournament where the same thing happened to them. So, and Edmonton Impact, so many stars on that team. Who's going to step up for them? Is it going to be Sewers? Is it going to be Justin Rabikoff? Or is it going to be maybe Ryan Moorhead?
Justin Cornell.
Justin Cornell's been going up that center a lot. Chris is smiling. Oh, we'll see, Chris. Chris is picking Impact.
They got a rough game though, man. This is Dynasties.
What did you say earlier? I got 5 on it.
But they got.
I don't think you guys should take that to The Voice.
Yes. That's gonna be a rough game though. If Oliver continues to play the way he's playing really good. Ryan Greenspan, everybody on that Dynasty team is playing really good right now. But Impact had a rough game once and played good next. So which Impact's gonna come out of the gate for this game is the question.
And like you said, they've made the finals, semifinals twice this year, both events, and they've fallen short 4-3, 4-3, and they just can't get to that next level. So what is it going to take, and what are they going to do? And honestly, when they played Heat yesterday, those penalties, you can't get 4 penalties in a match against a team like Houston Heat. So they got to stay out of the penalty box.
Yeah, they definitely got to stay out of the penalty box. But Bart Yakmak, the owner of Edmonton Impact, really going to town in the offseason and getting a ton of talent on his team to complement a roster already filled with talent, because they want to make a run at that title. The team was assembled to win tournaments. So it looks like we have an interview with the coach from the upcoming, from the victors, Houston Heat, Jason Trojan. Let's listen in.
I'm here with Heat coach Jason Trojan. You guys had a disadvantage coming into this. You had 2 injured players, but you still have managed to be undefeated. What do you think you improved on since the last tournament?
Well, I mean, we had the 2 injured players, but it's not bad having Konstantin Fedorov, probably one of the best snake players to ever play the game, as your backup. I mean, I don't know if we just practice how we usually do. I don't know if we played that bad at the last events. We just ran into some really good teams. This Champions Division is really tough. I mean, you got teams like Dynasty and Impact in your bracket, and, you know, those games can go either way. We had a 1-point game against Dynasty. If we would have won that 1-point game, we would have been on Sunday. So, you know, I mean, we just keep practicing hard, and that's about it.
Absolutely. So up next is Dynasty versus Impact. Who do you think you're going to be meeting in the finals?
I think it's a coin flip. I think it's going to be a good game. Both teams are playing real well. You know, just going to scout them out, and, you know, whoever it is, it is.
All right. Well, like I said, up next, Dynasty versus Impact. It's going to be a good one. You don't want to miss it.